Yo, 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 what is up, YouTube? Playing some Pele today, not for the A through Z series. We already did that. Oh, hey, we're against Rexsi, the Canadian himself. For those of you who don't know, that is Rexi's ult account, his second account, his Smurf, whatever you wanna call it. I guess he's probably streaming right now. Been streaming a lot recently. Against a Chiron, what do we want to do here? I think we should do the Soul Eater start, probably. Mantos would be rolling in his grave right now. Super upset that we're not starting tier 2 Jotuns. We'll probably get Jotuns third, I would assume. Jotuns, Berserkers, or Soul Eater, Berserkers, Jotuns, probably. First Relic. I think we're going to need Beads Blink in this matchup, I would assume. I think we're just going to start the Blink. And we're going to get ourselves a Wing Shard. Maybe Claw Shard? Which one's better? Actually, you know what? I'm going to go Carapace. Not going to lie to you. Going to go Carapace. And bow. Call it a day. Well, yeah, so this is not for the A through Z series. I'm playing Pele simply because, well, she got buffed. So there's some cool clickbait, even though it's not like bait, it's true, but, you know, whatever. She got buffed, so there's a little bit of action there. Also, I got destroyed by a Pele recently, as you guys might have seen. It was in a video. I got absolutely owned by a Pele here recently, so... And I also just like her, you know, it's one of my flavor of the months right now. I'm feeling me some Pele, so why not? Why not pick her? Nice, full clear in the first wave, makes sense. Right now we're just trying to clear without taking too much damage. It's easier said than done though. Ooh, okay, I won't lie, I'm wasting my passive a little bit here. Right now he's just kind of ranged so he can hit us. Maybe I should have started my 2 and maybe we could fight him. Like I could blink on him right now kind of thing. Maybe I will just blink on him for pressure. Okay, that's fine with me. That is fine with me. It's a little bit of an odd play by me, but at the same time I'm okay with it. We're just trying to get pressure the best way we can. I didn't know he had his dash, to be honest with you. I kind of thought that he started 2 points in the 1 or 2 points in the 2, but regardless, I'm fine with that play. My blink isn't going to do too much in the early game anyways. He has knock-up immunity in his kit, which is kind of going to suck for me, I feel like, but... Alright, so that's his dash. Maybe if we catch him out, like if he comes to contest this with no dash, maybe we can do something. Got him. Too easy, too easy. That's the Pele dream right there. He was level 5 too. I don't know why I didn't know. Maybe he hit level 5 like right at the end there from the minions in the tower. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying close enough attention, to be honest. Maybe he was 5 and he just decided he didn't care, you know? Whatever, at the end of the day. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night, whatever it may or may not be for you guys. I'm excited today. I'm doing some good recordings today. My other recording, which is probably already out, by the way, the A through Z Baron game, is probably already out because I'm going to upload that one first, I do believe. And that one was a pretty good game. Like, it's a pretty good quality, you know, my opponent I was against, you know, was pretty decent. And I got some more clickbait for the YouTube. Again, not lies, because I don't lie. But I may use the truth as a way to get views. So what I mean by that is, I posted that, for those of you who haven't seen it already. I mean, I technically haven't even done it yet. I'm going to do it right after this recording. But I'm going to put something along the lines of him being the #1 GM Duel and a toxic player in the title / thumbnail. And, you know, that's like for clickbait, right? But they're true. Like, he was, you know, I demoted him. He was #1 GM Duel on the leaderboard, as the screenshots will tell you in the thumbnail. And he was toxic, as the screenshots will tell you. So, I mean, it's, you know, clickbait, if you want to call it that. But so long story short, my little ramble here while nothing's going on. Today's been a pretty good day, man. Pretty good day. And here we are against Rexsi too. Another good video, for sure. Assuming he doesn't F6. He might just think that this matchup is really bad for him in F6. I don't know. I think this matchup is bad for him. It's a weird one because I think Pele just simply beats Chiron, but Chiron does have like the knock-up immunity and the dash, which will make it really annoying for Pele. So I could definitely see how this matchup could be pretty annoying for Pele for sure, but like at the same time, I'm pretty sure she wins this. I just don't see how he does more damage than me, you know? I think we're going to save a point here, not put it into the 2 or the 3, and just try to hit level 9 and put a point in our 1 and a point in our ults instead of putting a point here. There we go, we did it. I think we're also just going to back here. He shouldn't really be able to stop our back unless he wants to be super cringe and like avoid the minions entirely. He would have to avoid them because he can't clear them very quickly because he does... Or because he uses his abilities on me, and he doesn't do that much auto damage, so... Looking smooth, feeling good. Looking good, feeling good. And we have our Berserker shield now. That attack speed feels so nice, man. It feels so nice. Looks like he's not contesting that. Fine by me. I'm actually going to level my 3 here instead of my 2. That may come as a surprise to some of you guys. It's just more damage to level the 2. Or to level the 3, rather. The main thing about leveling the 2 is, granted, you have burst damage. And burst damage is better than sustained damage in, you know, burst situations, obviously. But overall, I mean, you can't discount. It does have burst damage. It's definitely good, for sure. But overall, the overall damage is actually better on the 3 as far as I know. It's better on the 3. The main advantages to leveling the 2 is simply just having a bigger knockup radius. And I'm not saying that's not good, but at the same time, you probably should just be using it when you're right on top of your opponent anyways, you know? And if he like... Oh, what the... I wasn't even going to stop his back. I was going to let him back. I don't have that much mana, and I don't really care that much, so... Yeah, we'll just go straight into Jotuns. Maybe Serrated is better here. Honestly, Serrated Jotuns. I'm not entirely sure, but either way, we're going to go Jotuns here so we can have some big cooldown. We don't need the cooldown right now. Could just go Serrated, but we like the cooldown. You know, we don't need it, but we like it. Alright, walking out of that. Dude, Chiron, it just hit me that landing Chiron 1 is kind of hard to begin with because it's a little bit of a slow ability. You kind of have to slow them first to a certain degree. And Pele is a very fast character, so I could just already imagine how landing that would be pretty hard to do consistently. You know, obviously you're going to land it sometimes, right? But landing it consistently would probably be pretty difficult. So right here, we're just looking to get the Chesters. And back, honestly. Because I would love to be able to get my beads and a Jotuns here.
I don't need any weapons.
I'm actually going to upgrade my blink just so I can do it more often. A little bit of an interesting play. You don't see that too often, but it's pretty good. He's just going the normal, like, I mean, I don't know. I've seen some auto attack Chirons recently with Griffin Wing, but you know, at least if we're looking at like OG Smite, you know, throughout history. He's just going the normal, like, full CDR build. Well, not full CDR. He's going to have 30%. I don't think he'll get any more than that. But he's just going CDR, defense, trying to survive the best he can. Not much else he really can do, to be honest. I need to abuse the fact that he's building like that, though, because that build doesn't have that much damage in it. So I need to try to... He also doesn't have that much sustain, aside from his lifesteal, or his healing passive. He doesn't have that much sustain, so... Can definitely poke him a bit with our ones, for sure. Alright, I don't think we're gonna get any more than that. Not bad though, we're gonna push some minions under his tower for sure. Maybe we'll get his blue too, depending on if he goes to the blue straight away or if he comes to clear the wave. If he's scared, he'll probably just go to the blue first. If he's confident he'll get the blue, he'll come to the wave. Oh, yeah, he was scared that I would invade it, which is smart, by the way. Because I was going to invade it, to be clear. So definitely a smart play on his part. Whether you want to call that scared or smart or both or whatever, I mean, good play regardless. He is going sprint, which I don't disagree with to a certain degree, but at the same time, not having beads or, I mean, I guess he doesn't need the beads that bad. He has a cleanse on his one, he has a knock-up immune dash, and he has a CC immune ult. I guess he doesn't need beads that bad, but not having an Aegis against a Pele seems pretty dangerous, but I suppose we're about to find out. And I don't even hit that hard. Like, I mean, I do fair damage, don't get me wrong. I obviously do good damage. I almost killed him there, right? But, I don't do like that 100 to 0 in a second damage until I at least get Pin online. Alright, we just baited his dash. We can probably blink on him here if he pushes up. I feel like these are the weird situations where it's like, I don't know if he actually knows that I'm going to try to blink on him or if he's just playing passive in general. Because like I said, he's probably streaming right now. So he could just be reading chat for all I know. And I'm reading way too far into it. But it's like, I don't know if he like knows that my thing is up and that's why he's playing so far back. Or he thinks I'm going to do it or whatever. Or he simply just would have done that regardless. Who knows, man. I don't know whether I'm supposed to give him props or not. Like, oh, good play, Rexsi. Or like, that was just a complete accidental situation, but either way. Maybe we can catch him here. Oh wow, that kills. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even juke that third shot because I didn't think his I either didn't think his 2 was up or I didn't think it was gonna kill me. I don't know which one I thought, to be honest, but I certainly didn't expect to die there, to say the least. I think we're just gonna double down, honestly. I think we're just going to abuse the fact that his blink is down and or that his sprint is down, and also the fact that he might think he has like some sort of advantage or whatever now because he did that play and he got some gold and we're pretty even now. So I'm gonna double down on that, and the fact that I have both of my relics up and I'm buying a red potion, I'm just gonna force the next fight. Is the idea anyways. I guess we'll find out if it works out for me, but yep, too easy. So, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say, like, oh, that was all a part of my plan, I died on purpose to make that happen. I did not die on purpose. I completely accidentally death. That was a 100% blunder on my part. But what I will say... Ooh, let's get in there. Can we get this thing? Probably not. But what I will say is it's not the worst death in the world, because I didn't have a power potion or anything like that. And it did kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm just overanalyzing, but I feel like it made him feel a little bit more confident that he could just walk up and dash away, and then he didn't immediately go back to his tower like he normally does after pushing up like that. So something tells me he didn't expect to just get destroyed immediately after. Alright, I guess we get the Phoenix off of that. Yeah, I mean, these plays, I don't even know how to, like, talk about it too much, because these plays are pretty, what's it called? Pretty straightforward. I mean, I'm just walking up to him, knocking him up, doing my little combo. Doing my little combo, and then ulting him after, you know? Not really much to explain there. Alright, we're gonna blast out of here. Maybe if I went to the Phoenix a little bit sooner. I didn't wait that long, honestly, but there was like a little gap right there that I waited. Maybe if I went to the Phoenix a little bit sooner, I pathed a little bit better, I could have ended, but I doubt it. I probably would have just got it to 1 HP. Last item, we're gonna just get ourselves a good old Crusher. Crusher's so nice on Pele. Because like I said earlier, like the attack speed feels so nice on her from Berserkers, but I don't really like to build attack speed Pele. There's no reason to. She does so much damage, you can just burst people. But you can also get some items that are like a little bit hybridy, right? Like the Berserkers is just a defensive item, but I get a little bit of attack speed with it. That's nice. And Crusher is an ability-based item, but you get a little bit of attack speed with it. So it fits the build, but also... I'm not going to front doors Titan. Oh, he surrendered. What? Dude, I thought I was being a nice guy. I wasn't going to front doors Titan. I was going to try to actually win the game on a kill. But I can also understand how that could be considered to be BM, though, to be honest. Because the way he's probably looking at it is like, that's an easy matchup for me. And I'm like toying with him, playing with my food. But I promise, like, that's not the intention. I'm just trying not to PvE him too much. I'm just trying to simply win the game like an honorable guy. I don't know, but... Are you queuing again? Nope. Nope. Unless you want me to. I can queue again, but honestly, I was just getting a recording. GG's. True. I agree with that completely. All right, let me pull up my volume mixer here so I can mute the background noises for Smite. Okay, so let's look. As far as my build, because, you know, we like to do these little breakdowns. So I don't always do it. Sometimes I forget, or maybe sometimes I just feel like it's a little bit, you know, obvious or whatever. But my build basically just consists of triple healing. It's kind of like the guy who went against me the other day. Not to say he invented this build, because it honestly is a pretty standard Pele build. I see pretty much everyone doing this, with the exception of the defensive item. The defensive item, I see people change that up quite a bit. But Soul Eater is a pretty staple buy on her. Jotuns is a pretty staple buy, with the exception of if you go Transcendence. You could go Transcendence if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. But Pele doesn't really need the mana that bad. She does pretty okay on her mana. And it delays your Soul Eater. Like if you went Transcendence into Soul Eater, I feel like it just delays your game a lot. And it's perfectly fine to do that. It's just, as you saw how much damage I was doing there, like there's not a lot of wiggle room, right? With how much damage I'm doing. So it's like the main reason you buy Transcendence is to get CDR. We already have CDR. To get mana. We don't need mana that bad. And to do super high damage late game. And as you saw, I was doing so much damage late game. So overall, the build's pretty standard. Serrated just for pen, movement speed. Assassins love that. Crusher, like I explained, it's basically just an ability-based item that gives me pen and damage, but it also gives you some attack speed, which helps you get your ults off. Pretty good. Beads Blink is also very standard on Assassins. You don't always do this, especially if they don't have great CC. There could be an argument to say that I could just go Magi's Revenge last and not get Beads against a Chiron. I don't think Beads is necessary versus a Chiron. I'm just also looking at what else should I get. Do I need a shell to outbox him? Probably not. Do I need Sorry, I had to clear my throat there. Do I need a shell to outbox? No. Do I need a sprint to catch him? No, not usually. Do I need an Aegis? No. Do I need Horrific? No. Like, I don't really need any other relic, and there are situations where simply just, if you're wondering what the beads is even for, because I'm not sure if I even used it during that game correctly or not. It's just in a certain situation, there could be a time where he may or may not get away just off the fact that he threw me with his giddy up, his dash. And so I like to go beads to make it to where he doesn't throw me, and so I can immediately ult. That's the idea, is if I expect him, which I don't even know if I did it or not, truthfully, but if I expect him to dash through me and get away, I can pop my beads and then just ult. I could also just ult and CC immune it that way, but then I would have to like try to predict where he's going with the dash, which isn't that hard. But the point is I would have to like flick my ult a little bit if I'm like facing the other direction, like if I'm on his side of the map and he wants to dash through me. So the safest bet is just to go beads. But if you're, especially if you're against somebody who has more self peel, like a Vulcan, a Poseidon, a this, a that, you know, beads Blink is just your way to go for sure on most assassins. As far as his build goes, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't really think there's much he could do that game. I would have probably went an attack speed early game build like Griffin Wing Aussie and tried to snowball the early game, but that's way easier said than done on a character like versus a character like Pele as Chiron. So what I'm getting at here is I think he built wrong. I think he probably should have tried to play for the early game, but even though he built wrong, it doesn't really matter. It's one of those situations where he's probably screwed either way. So it's just nitpicking at that point. Who cares really what he built? At the end of the day, there's not much he could have done to stop me besides literally just never, ever, ever leaving his tower and hoping that I mess up my PvE game, essentially. Nothing he can do. Well, either way, GG Rexsi. Again, just to be clear, in case you skipped the intro or you made it to the end or whatever, this is Rexsi. It's just this is his alt account, his second account. He's probably streaming right now, I would assume, and that's why he's on this account. But yeah, GG. Unfortunate matchup, but that shows you guys how strong Pele is, and it helps me cope a little bit with the fact that I lost to a Pele recently. Maybe you guys can see this and be like, dang, maybe Jesse isn't terrible and that god's just kind of good, you know? Like, hopefully that's the goal. I appreciate you guys clicking on the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.